Hello everybody and welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take a look at an Instagram live from two people in a network marketing company where they want to tell us what they do online. And I see this trend specifically in this network marketing company in Monat, in Modern Nature, where you have the more experienced network marketer, the more successful network marketer, the source of truth, the all-knowing upline who understands it all. And then you have this person who is newly in the company. They don't have a lot of experience yet. They're more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and they're really excited and they're really thrilled about this business opportunity. And then they're being dragged in front of a camera to do an opportunity, an Instagram live call, because it would be beneficial for their business and they need to share their story. And I see this clash happening more and more, that you have the more experienced people with the ones who are not experienced at all. The ones who believe that they can still make Monat somewhat work for them, and they're excited and they're thrilled about that. And I always find that sad, because in reality most people in Monat will simply not be successful. I'd be surprised if the company is still acting as a network marketing company in a year from now. That is what I currently see. It is not so much anymore the successful people, the alleged success stories, the people that are at the top ranks that combine forces and they are on these calls together, but now you have the pairing of a successful person, successful in the company, as in somebody who makes somewhat of a profit, and a newbie, and they're being paired. So it's kind of the teacher-student guidance, and they're walking you through the Monat business opportunity. And this is one of those examples. So let's not do a long intro. Let's get right into this, what these people do online.
Hi, I'm jumping on with Sarah. Sarah's really new to the business and she joined not long ago. She's going to share her reasons as well, why she said yes to switching her products, why she said yes to this business opportunity. But we want to talk about what it is exactly we do, how we help people in this job, in this business, what this industry is even about, because there are a lot of misconceptions around it, and that's totally fine. I had no idea before I came into this space. And yeah, we want to touch on a few little exciting things that we have on offer at the moment for those that are maybe looking at switching their products to something that's low tox, naturally based, scalp focused, going to give you results, or to the girl or the guy that wants to, hey girl, that wants to start earning an income from their phone, because that is the way the world is going, and more and more people are looking to work in the online space and have more flexibility with their days and everything like that. And you get that here with Monat, which is amazing. It's not just shampoo, it's not just incredible products. There is so many opportunities for travel, for motor club program.
It might be true that more and more people have more opportunities in the digital world, but network marketing is not a part of that. That is why so many network marketing companies go out of business. They change their compensation plans in the hopes, I believe, to keep more people in, trying to make this work again, trying to allow their people to recruit more people and to sell more products. Or they go retail completely, or completely commission-based, and they let go of the network marketing aspect of the model. The caption says, what we do online, no risk online business opportunity. That is a red flag already. No business opportunity, no business is ever without risk. Somebody tells you that, run. Uncapped income, is it? Paid for trips, are they? Motor club program, choose your hours and effort, total flexibility, and a beautiful community of uplifting, supportive women. Yeah, okay, that's the height of hypocrisy. So this is apparently somebody in Ivy Carnegie's team who said, I had no idea either. If people from your team, and that's the only comment. Oh Lord, this was liked 33 times. And one person commented, who is your upline, that she had no idea. That is fake. That is lies. That is faulty. I'm sorry. If you only have one person comment on your live who claims that, oh my God, I had no idea that Monat was such a great business opportunity, but that is the person who recruited you, then that is another big ass red flag. Get Can we stop doing that? That's also something that I see, that the top people, they're not on lives with their people anymore. Well, the former top people. Did you know that Ivy Carnegie is not even at the top rank anymore? She wasn't able to hold that rank. That you need to post on people's social media claiming, oh my gosh, I had no idea that this was such an amazing business opportunity. Tell me more, when you are already in the company. Please stop it.
For friendships, for community, for new skills and everything like that, and for growing in confidence and just upskilling, or not upskilling, but up-leveling your life as a whole. So I'm going to wait. I can see Sarah's in here now, but I'll wait for her to send a request. Sarah, hopefully you can see the little plus thing at the bottom. This is Sarah's first ever live as well, guys. So I know she feels totally nervous, but this business is about stepping outside your comfort zone, and she felt totally ready to do it with me.
When you drag people in front of camera, I mean, it's a necessity, yes, because you need to speak to people and you need to be on your social media and you need to speak about the alleged amazing business opportunity you have in the product. But why drag them on a live? It's not controllable. You don't know who's on that live. You don't know if it's people who like you, some weirdos who stumble across that. Why don't you just start with curated content? And if you're not a good speaker and if you don't know much about Monat yet and you're worried, maybe then don't do a live. Start elsewhere. That's how I would do it.
I can hear Adam yelling at the dog. I'm going to add her in now. I think. Oh, yeah. Hey!
Hi.
I didn't know if it worked. I was like, I think I pressed it, because sometimes I click off and I'm just waiting and then nothing's happening. There's dust in my air. Anyway, I was giving everyone a little bit of an intro to what we were going to chat about. So everyone, or those that don't know who I am, I'm Renee. This is Sarah. We are both partnered with a network marketing company, with Monat, which is only been in Australia, I think, coming on 4 years. Relatively very, very new here, but we have been in America nearly 11 years. So we're still going through global expansion and we're still launching new products all the time. And I have been with this company now, nearly October will mark my 2 years.
Monat has been in Australia now for 4 years. They do not even have any people at the top ranks anymore. Some of you sent that my way, so thank you so much for doing so. Monat came out with a new income disclosure statement, and they don't have people at the top ranks anymore. They don't have any senior executive directors. How is that expansion when the people who were able to hit the higher ranks, if they're falling off again? That's the downfall of Monat. That's not expansion. Even in Australia. I just got my phone because I actually communicated with one of you. Thank you once again for all of the insights and for the behind the scenes research that you do. There are a lot of people who are interested in network marketing and who are interested in shining a light on network marketing. And it's wild how much information you actually and how much time and effort you actually put into this. So thank you so much. And this is somebody who's very much interested in Monat Australia and said to me, hey, they dropped a new income disclosure statement and they haven't had one since 2022. I only have that one as well because you sent that my way. They typically don't release an income disclosure statement. It is something that a lot of people had a lot of fun about. If you, for example, follow MLM Unmasked, you will know that. That's what they do over there. Lots of Monat content, lots of Monat Australia content. So head on over there on Instagram. I will link it down below if you're interested in this. And the summary pretty much is that, to the knowledge of the person sending this my way, there are approximately 22,000 market partners in Australia. Not a lot. That is something that they said at Monations in Australia. There is only one person at each of the director ranks, and they have both dropped off now. The executive director quit and the AED deranked. And that is the level of success and of thriving and growing business and expansion we're talking about. Monat is going under just like, no pun intended, it's going under just like the other network marketing parts of Monat in the world do as well. Whether it is in the United States, whether it is in Canada, or in other parts of the world, Monat is not doing well, and Australia is not an exception there anymore. It simply is not. So to claim that is false. And to start newly in Monat in Australia, like I said, I find that sad. I hope that people get out very, very quickly because many people are so hopeful. But let's continue with the call.
But for those that don't know what network marketing is, it's a business model that's not like your traditional business model. It's a business that anyone can launch. You can partner with the company, launch your own Monat business. It's a very low startup cost. There is no risk. It's a business that has, I need to bring my water. I'm going to start drinking. There is no monthly fees. There is no ordering requirements. There is no stocking inventory or anything like that. And, these days, starting a traditional business has really high risk, and you have to invest, like most businesses, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And within network marketing, everything's done for you. The products are created and formulated. They've undergone clinical testing. The packaging, everything's done. The legal side of everything's done. Like, you literally just get to come into this space and pretty much be the person that markets it. Of course, you want to be using the product yourself and loving the product yourself, because everyone that is in this business are genuine consumers and lovers of these products, and you can build a business from that simply by being the one that sells them, but also introducing the business to other women and men. I always say women, but it's for the guys as well.
But that's why it's not your business. If everything is done for you, you have no control over the pricing, over the product, over the territories where you can sell those products, or the shipping process, the fulfillment center. You do not do customer service because everything is already done for you. Then you're obviously not running your own business. It's not that hard to understand, and it's not a plus. You're not in control of anything. You're a salesperson for already an existing company, and on top of that, you not only sell the product, but you recruit people. And the true money in network marketing lies in recruitment, not in the sales of the products.
You can help other people come into this business and help them earn an income as well. So with this industry and with this company in particular, the income is uncapped. So we will never be capped at what we can earn. Now, I'm talking, there's women in the States earning like 150 Australian, over 150 Australian, 150,000 Australian a month. Now, these are women that have been with the company 7 years, 8 years. They started from the very bottom, just like us. And yeah, you can work your way up. You can run this business at your own pace. You can choose the effort and everything that you want to put into it. And it's something that you don't have to give up your current job to do. Like, a lot of people come into this business or this industry whilst working full time, whilst working part time, whilst running other businesses and everything like that, because at the end of the day, it's really hard to get by with one income. And even if you are in a relationship, it's really hard to, live really, really comfortably, sometimes with even just two incomes. So a lot of people out, are looking for other ways to earn money that doesn't require them giving more of their time up working for someone else, or giving up their weekends and everything like that. So it's a perfect opportunity for someone that wants the flexibility, wants to work from their phone, wants to choose their own hours and everything like that. So Sarah, what before I touched on why I said yes to this business, what was the thing that got you over the line? Like, how long were you watching for? What was it about your hair? What was it about the business opportunity that really stood out to you? And what was it about your, current circumstances that you really wanted to change, and you found Monat could potentially give that to you?
Does Monat even care? Do the market partners even care? Is there still somebody employed somewhere in the universe of Monat that is actually working in compliance? Somebody who works in compliance as well? You should be up in armor and say, hey, you cannot make those ridiculous income claims. Let's stick to the facts. But it looks like Monat doesn't care anymore. Hardly anybody, also in the United States, is even able to make a profit. There is one person at the SED level who was able to make over $1 million in 2024, but that is not what most people make. It is simply false that a lot of people are able to make that amount of money. Most people, in fact, lose money. And that is the realistic representation of what it's like to be in Monat. Work a lot, sell product, try to recruit, and most people will lose money. So this fairy tale situation that you're able to make a lot of money is only true for very few people, and it is not sustainable because we do see that the Monat Huns, they are falling like flies. They're dropping in rank, they're making less and less money because their teams are getting smaller and smaller, and less market partners, surprise, equals less income. 150,000 Australian dollars is simply not a truthful representation of what most people can achieve in Monat.
Yeah. I think I've watched your journey probably 18 months, I think. I know that I reached out to you a few times, but I never went through with it because I was just too scared, too nervous to do it. But yeah, and then like a couple of weeks ago, I was just like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And yeah, we went through with it. But yeah, um, I think the main thing for me was confidence. I really struggled with confidence, like especially my teen years. Um, I never liked the way that my hair looked. It was always oily, like I was washing probably every second day. Um, I was trying like salon grade products, doing everything that I was told to do, but it just never worked. Um, there was periods where I would be really flaky on my scalp as well. So I had all the oil and then all the dry flakes coming off. And yeah, I just felt like it looked really gross and it just didn't make me feel good. Um, and then also another thing was I've struggled with hair pulling.
I saw you
Um,
mention that.
yeah, so I usually just like, I don't know why, but I just focus on the one area. And at the moment it's like up here on the top of my head.
Oh no, you're lucky.
Yeah. um but yeah, so I wanted to find something that could maybe help my hair grow a little bit faster. Like obviously I'll probably still be pulling it out, but hopefully yeah, I can find products that like, and hopefully Monat can do that for me,
Do you
where
find
That is so sad. It seems like this is somebody who has been watching a Monat hunt for a while, is now in it for a couple of weeks. You also don't have a hair transformation after a few weeks that you can show off. And then she seems to struggle. She seems to have certain issues. If you're if you're pulling out your hair, I'm not going to comment on that further because I don't think that is necessarily something that should be published also on social media. You should rather get help, you should get support, because there are very likely emotional and psychological reasons behind people pulling out their hair. And somebody thought, well, it's a great idea. Let me tell you about Monat because we might be able to help you regrow your hair there. That is why network marketing companies are shit. That's why network marketing companies are predatory, because of people like this who share their rags to riches stories that are not rags to riches stories yet, and because of the hopes and the beliefs that a network marketing company will help them, because they believe their hair is not good, and because they pull out their own hair and they hope that Monat products can help. I think there are deeper issues at play and they should be addressed, but not with a Monat hun.
Do you find that it's either sometimes like a lack of confidence or an anxious thing?
the hair pulling. Yeah, it's like an anxiety thing. I think that's like where it started. So
Yeah,
every time like I was anxious or stressed, I would pull. And then because I've been doing it for so long, I feel like it's just
habit.
like gone into a habit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I wonder
I can't
if
stop.
like you mentioned the confidence side of things and stuff within this business, and I wonder if because me even as a person, like how much I have grown because of this opportunity, and like stepping outside my comfort zone has been petrifying, but like even within less than 2 years I've come such a long way that you know I'm so much more sure of myself. I'm so much more confident. I'm less anxious because I'm not stressed about outside things. And I wonder if, coming into this and you being able to experience that for yourself, if maybe it actually helps.
Oh, shut up. Please don't tell people who are anxious, who might suffer from panic attacks. Don't tell those people. Let me drag you in front of a camera. Let's do Instagram lives regularly. Expose yourself on social media because that will help you. You're not a psychologist, you're not a psychiatrist, you do not know that person personally, so shut up. Please. Monat is not a cure for anxious people.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Um, and also finding something like that can help my hair grow quicker, because obviously when I'm pulling it out, I'm having the bald spots, which don't look nice. And then when it's like for the first few months, when it's starting to grow back through, it's like really short, so it sticks up. So like if I like want to wear my hair out, which I do like to wear it out, it's something that I think about all the time. Like,
Yeah.
what does the back of my head look like? Like, is my head sticking out? Like, is my hair sticking out? Um, can you see my little bald spot? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why network marketing and Monat is such a shit show. Because that is not a person you recruit. Because they're anxious. Because they might get more confidence when they're in front of a camera, but purchase the pricey products first. And yes, the products might help you with your anxious habits of hair pulling so that you can help your bald spots get hairy quicker. Oh, that is so sad to see. And she probably even believes that Monat can give her that. Please, get offline and get help and don't do Monat. Because on top of all the problems you already have, you will very likely also lose money. That's not helpful. That actually contributes to being anxious, I believe.
Um, so yeah, it's like an awful spot to do it. When I was younger, I used to do it underneath, so you couldn't really see it too much, and I would wear my hair out to cover it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, I just gravitated towards the top of my head.
So proud of you for sharing that because it's
No, not so proud of you for sharing that. I have the exact opposite feeling. I think we shouldn't know these. I think we shouldn't witness this. This is not somebody who had certain habits. They got help and they worked through that and they understand why they did, in this case, hair pulling. This is somebody who seems to have issues that should be addressed and cured offline. But in a network marketing company, all of this has to be brought out into the light on an Instagram live to entice other people and say, if she can do it, you can do it. That is horrible.
so proud of you for sharing that because it's not like, it's not an easy thing for someone to come out and share. And I think that in itself is like, you should be proud of yourself. One, you're on a live and you're just sharing something that probably makes you feel really, really vulnerable. But
Yeah.
it's nice when we can share those things because you wouldn't be the only one who's experiencing something like that as well, or doesn't, and they might not be doing the same thing. But like a lot of people, our hair is everything and it impacts our confidence so much. And I think that's why I'm also so passionate about these products because I've had customers that have suffered with alopecia for like their whole life. They tried specialist creams, they done everything, they'd been to specialists and everything like that, and nothing ever worked for them. And they just thought, that's it, that's something they're going to have to live with forever. And when you see how confident these products make people, like that just takes the cake. You're like, I'm not going to shut up about these because there's another person out there that really needs them. So yeah, it's nice for people to, I guess, hear that it's not just about the beautiful shiny hair. Like it's a lot deeper for a lot of people. There are so many concerns and things that people don't speak about. And I found that when I came into this business that girls are reaching out to me that had like XYZ issues that I would have had no idea about, and they were so self-conscious about it and everything like that. And they felt like they could come to me and say, hey, this is actually my reality and I'm not happy with it. And yeah, seeing them gain back that confidence is really, really nice. It's really rewarding to know that you can have that impact on someone. And I guess that's why we want to talk about it and why we want to share it. Other than like the confidence and stuff that you're wanting to gain and wanting something for yourself, is there anything else about the business that stuck out to you? I know you're wanting something for yourself and obviously like the extra money and things like that, but is there anything else that made you feel like you really wanted to give it a shot?
Yeah, I think also finding like a community of women. I've recently moved, well, it's been like a year now. I moved away from my family and my friends to WA to be with my partner,
Where's your
um,
family?
in New South Wales.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, I've been here for a year and I've made a few friends, but I feel like I haven't really reached out too much. Haven't really like expanded my circle.
It's
And yeah,
hard. It's hard as we get older. Like, really, you make friends in like your workplace, and sometimes it just stops there. Like, I was the exact same moving from Melbourne to Queensland, and the friends that I did gain was like in the job that I took on, and then like we're sort of all gone our different ways. One's moved to the UK and stuff like that. And like my friendships are here within Renee. Like I think if I didn't have this company, I would literally have Adam and my dog, and
yeah.
that's it.
And that is why network marketing, once again, is so predatory because it preys on people who are desperately, desperately needing something in their lives to fill up this gap of what is missing. Emotional stress, such as anxiety and feeling lonely. I mean, honestly, fuck you, Monat.
Yeah. And my family. So yeah, the community stuff definitely something that took me by surprise, and I absolutely love that. So it's definitely something that I feel really stands out with the company and stuff as well. Do you want to add anything? Oh.
No, I'm good.
No, cool. Um, I loved all of that. For those that are watching and haven't heard my story before, I stumbled across Renee. I didn't watch as long as Sarah. I watched for 9 months. And I was someone who always struggled with a dry, flaky scalp, and I tried everything. I was using all the right products. Every time my hairdresser recommended something, I would use it, but nothing was fixing it. And I was sort of over it. I thought, oh, this must be my genetics. Like, I'm just going to have to live with this for the rest of my life. And then I saw a friend of mine talking about the product. She wasn't in the business or anything like that. And yeah, I was intrigued because I hadn't heard of it before and she had similar concerns to me. So I sort of wanted to follow along and see how she felt about the products. And then fast forward 3 months, she started talking about this business opportunity. My background, I grew up with a single mum in the western suburbs in Victoria, and she raised pretty much five of us on her own. My dad left when I was really, really little, and I finished high school, went to university, pulled out after a year because I didn't know that it's what I even wanted to do. I managed to go and travel a bit by myself when I was 20, came home, still felt really lost, attempted to go back to university. No, before I traveled, I attempted to go to university a second time, was literally there for a couple of weeks and pulled out. I was like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know. It was this constant, like, expectation that that's right. Like, you go to uni, you get a degree, and you know you've made it. Like that's what felt like was right. And if I wasn't doing that, I was failing. So didn't go again, pulled out before the census date. And then I was in this period of like loving makeup, and I was like watching makeup on YouTube and stuff. And I said to my sister, maybe I'll do like a makeup course or something. And she's like, why don't you just like do your whole beauty diploma? You might find that there's other things that you like. So I fast tracked my diploma at a well-known beauty college in Melbourne, and I was finished within 12 months, I think I did it. And I had been working in the skin industry ever since. I loved the skin side of stuff. Like, I completely didn't go anywhere near makeup. I didn't go near waxing. I didn't go near any of that. Didn't like that. I loved the science behind skin. And went into skin clinics with my work placement and was in skin clinics ever since. So 5 years ago, I moved to Queensland. Knew no one. Before COVID hit, I decided to go out on my own as well, working in Geelong in Victoria. COVID hit, so nothing really happened with it. And around that same time, I also wanted to go back to university to do my nursing degree. I wanted to go into injectables. And anyway, moral of my story, I never finished that nursing degree. I was in a skin clinic, so 3 attempted uni degrees, never finished any of them. And I was always that girl who never saved, who made dumb decisions, who had nothing behind her. And I always had this mentality of, oh, well, like, I'll figure it out one day. And then one day came and I was like, holy shit, like, you are turning 30 and you need to get your head out of your ass. And my partner and I were freshly, like, got engaged during this time of me watching Monat pop up. And I was worried about a wedding. I was worried about starting a family. I was worried about buying a house because I was like, I can't financially do any of those things. So Monat really stood out to me because I saw women making insane money. I saw them getting incredible results with their hair and their
I saw women make incredible money. Well, that's not the reality in Monat. The few people who are still at the top ranks, they're still able to make somewhat of a decent living, somewhat of a decent income, I would say, but their paychecks are crumbling as well. And in an industry and in a company where most people lose money, it is highly irresponsible to pitch this to people and say, well, if you have financial problems, if you're worried about the future, if there's a wedding coming up, if you're worried about you might not be able to finance a family, having children, then why don't you try Monat? Then that is highly, highly irresponsible because most people will end up in debt. It simply is what it is. And the downfall of Monat is more severe in other territories. We see that in the US as well. I made the estimation that there are very likely 8 SEDs left in the United States. It doesn't look like there are any senior executive directors, people at the highest rank in other territories outside of the US. Somebody else also said no, it's only 6. The announcement from Monat was very likely faulty. 2 of the people that I thought were still at the highest ranks are at the back end in Monat announced as EDs, that is the second highest rank, and on their public announcement for Monations, Monat said that these were SEDs. So I cannot verify, of course, what is truthful there, what is the true representation of the ranks of these people, but even in the United States, the first country where Monat launched, the first country where the people should be the most successful because every person that got recruited after the United States launched in other countries, everybody should be under these top people. And when they're crumbling, they're also crumbling in Australia. They're crumbling everywhere, but everywhere else they're crumbling quicker because the biggest teams are with the top people in the United States who pretty much have everybody under them.
Scalp, I was watching all these transformations, and I saw women working from their phone. They were traveling, they were earning these cars and everything like that. And I'd heard of the industry before, but I was always a bit arrogant towards it and I didn't understand it. And I turned my nose up, and then Monat really, really stood out. So at the time,
that has nothing to do with having your nose up or with being arrogant. If you pitch this, as she did, as a no risk online business opportunity, then that is false. To be critical and to ask those questions, is this too good to be true? And then you recognized it is too good to be true because the people who allege that they make so much money, a lot of them lie, or they take the stories of their uplines because they themselves are not that successful. The amount of trips and the amount of cars people do, only a handful of people are even able to do that, are able to participate in the car program, and they're able to participate in the trips. And a lot of people who have a car now, a Monat car, they're stuck with a payment themselves because they're dropping in ranks. So it is okay to be critical. That doesn't mean that you're stuck up. It doesn't mean that you have your nose up too high. It means that you ask the critical questions that are important when somebody offers you an allegedly so good business opportunity.
At the time, I had no savings. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was that girl that would never put a full tank of petrol in her car, checking my bank account every time I do groceries. Like, I literally never had money in my normal account because I was worried that if it's something come out, I'd be left with no money. Like, that's how tight things were. And I finally dived in. I wanted obviously to fix my scalp and I wanted an extra couple $100 a week. Like, I knew that would make a difference for me. I was working in the skin clinic full time as well at the time, and coming to this business, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no experience. I learned as I went and I ran with it. I had all the help from my mentor. I had all the support from the community and the team and everything like that. And I ran and ran. And 7 months into doing Monat, I resigned from my career and of, skin therapy. And I quit that job. I handed my letter of resignation in to take this on full time. I was earning 5 figures every month. I still am to this day. And guys, it's not even been 2 years. I talk about it as if it was like 10 years ago, but it was literally not long ago. I've earned multiple trips with the company. One to Port Douglas, to Tulum, Mexico, to the Maldives or the Maldives. I think it's meant to be pronounced. And then we have another trip coming up on the Gold Coast in November. So less than 2 years, 4 paid for trips. So the company paid for these. I recently got my car, so there's a motor club program within Monat as well. In Monat, you can earn trips, so you can qualify for trips with the company. They happen twice a year, every year. One's international, one's domestic, and there's also a motor club program. So on top of earning, an uncapped income, doing what you want with this business, you getting paid 5 times a month. There's like 10 plus different ways that we get paid in this business. It's not just through commissions and products you sell. There are so many other ways. There's also a motor club program. So when you hit a position in your business and you maintain that for 6 months straight, the company see that your business is really stable and everything, and you become qualified for a luxury vehicle, a Land Rover, Jaguar, or BMW. And
in Australia, you can only qualify for the car, which is not a smart choice. I hope she doesn't regret it. If you stay at that rank for 6 months, I thought it was 3 before. What the heck? Another sign that Monat really, really crumbles. Before that, you had to hit the the market mentor rank, and you had to keep it for 3 months. And then you were eligible for the down payment and the monthly payment of either $500, $750, or $1,000, depending on the rank. But you had to keep that rank. If you dropped in rank, then you would get less. And if you dropped below the rank, then you are stuck with a payment yourself. 6 months? The signs are adding up. Don't participate in Monat's car program. It's not a smart choice. Unless you have a stable job, which she doesn't have, that finances that luxury car. Unless you have that, it's not a smart choice.
I was fully qualified for my car in September last year, but we had the Monat conference over in America that we went to, and then we had the Mexico trip. So I sort of just put it on the back burner. At the start of this year, went looking, and I built the Defender that I wanted, and I picked it up last week. Finally, it's been a long wait. I literally put the deposit for the build down at the end of February or something in March. And
that is sad. I hope she doesn't regret it, but I have a fear that she will. I'm also communicating while we're talking with one of you. Thank you for the documents yet again, who gave me access to Monat's income disclosure statement, the one they have out now. And there is nobody, I will show it to you, there is nobody at the top rank. 0.00% of the people in Monat are at the top rank, meaning nobody. There is one person at the executive director rank. That person has dropped in rank. There was one person at the associate executive director rank, and that person dropped in rank. So now we have one AED, and that's it. That's the Monat business opportunity. And if you are at the market mentor rank, that is the rank you need to hit to participate in the car program. That is 0.21% of people in the company. And if you're stacked on each other, and we see this as well, you cannot keep the higher ranks if the people below you don't hit their ranks and if they don't keep their ranks. And that's why this starts to crumble from the top to the bottom. One person out of possibly over 20,000 market partners in Australia is at the AED level. And then the market mentor rank is the car rank. And the median annual gross earnings is 65,000 Australian dollars. If you are in Australia, if you're knowledgeable with the Australian currency, please feel free to let me know if it would be sufficient if you make $65,000. Let's say that is not before expenses, before taxes, which we know it is. The Huns have to spend a lot of money. If that would be sufficient in Australia to finance a luxury car. She mentioned a couple of luxury cars that are pricey. BMW, hello, welcome to BMW land here. It is pricey, it's a pricey car. BMWs are beautiful cars, but they're pricey. Cadillacs or Range Rovers, same story. Would, in your opinion, 65,000 Australian dollars be sufficient to finance a luxury car over the course of the year? I'd be interested to hear your opinion.
What this means now is that I will be getting reimbursed for $4,500. So this is like a towards my deposit that I paid on my car. And every single month from here on out, I will get a motor club bonus. So this is on top of the income that I already make. Like, it's extra. It literally comes through on our pay slip, on our like commissions report or a bonus report as motor club bonus. And I'll get an extra 1,050 every month. When I move up in the company, this actually goes up to like 1,600 and something. And then when you hit the top of the company, it goes up to 2,400 or 2,200 or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. So obviously that is way more than what my car repayments are. So I get to pocket it all. This car is mine. It's in my name. And yeah, if you told me 2 years ago that I'd be traveling the world, that I'd quit my career, that I would do this full time and, you know, have made multiple six figures through this business, and be driving my dream car, I literally would have laughed in your face. Like, I didn't come into this business, and most people don't. They don't come into this business thinking about that. It seems unrealistic. It doesn't seem real. They would never imagine that would be them. And I knew that $100 to $200 a week was going to make a huge difference in my life. And I was happy with that. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to get great hair. I'm going to fix my scalp and I'm going to make some extra money and I don't have to give myself to someone else. So it was a no-brainer. It's changed my life in so many ways. But yeah, there's just so many reasons as to why I said yes to this. Like, you know, me and Adam, my partner, we haven't started a family yet, but I know that when we do step into that chapter of our lives, I want to be able to work from home and not have to pick between a job and my children, and to have him home with us because, you know, we can afford it through the income that I make. And yeah, so many reasons. But for anyone that wants to know what Monat is about, it's a family run and owned company as well, which I really love. The products are all low tox, naturally based.
Yeah, blah, blah. I'm just now, yeah, I know, professionalism, pulling up the Motor Club information for Monat Australia, and the qualifying period is 6 months that you have to be paid as MM. It's not supposed to be your career rank, the highest rank you were able to hit. You need to be paid as MM, and you need to be at that rank for 6 months. People, don't get fooled by this crap. Who thinks this is a great opportunity to get a luxury car? And she truthfully said that it's in her name. It's her car. You are stuck with the bills. You have to qualify for this for 6 months, for this initial qualifying period. That is such a joke. Please don't fall for this. Many times it is people who do not know what it means to have a good job or to have good salaries, good reimbursements, good bonus payments. 6 months. And then what did strike me as odd was the $4,000 that she means that she got to pay towards the down payment, because those are not the numbers from Europe and those are also not the numbers from the US. But it says here that you get a qualifying bonus when you purchase the car, when you qualified for that, but you need to purchase the car. That has to be according to Monat standards. Then you get 4,200 Australian dollars towards the down payment of the car. So it cannot go anywhere else. Depending on the ranks, you get 1,050 at the MM and MMM rank. If you're an AED, which we know now only one person in Australia is at that rank, you get $1,650. Same for the executive director. Not an executive director left in the company. In Australia, and no SEDs either, 2,100. That would be the amount of money you get at that highest rank. So that is the Motor Club for Australia. I should have looked it up before, but that's even worse. You need to hit the MM rank and you need to keep it for 6 months. Otherwise, you're not able to qualify. That in itself is already a red flag. And I do not know if this was filmed before Monations Australia, before they announced that. I would be really stressed out now. Speaking of anxiety, that would give me anxiety to keep that rank, to see people drop like flies as we see the updated income disclosure statement, as we hear from Monations Australia. It's not that successful of a company. Not that many people are in the company anymore. People are dropping in ranks, people are dropping out, and I need people to be able to finance a luxury car. That would give me anxiety, and that's why it's not a good choice to join Monat. You have to qualify for 6 months. That is a joke, just a joke.
Products are all low tox, naturally based, vegan, gluten free, anti-aging, and they super focused on scalp health, which no other hair care company was doing this. Like, they're catching up now. Brands are starting to focus on scalp health. We were the first to do this 10 years ago or 11 years ago. And it's why Monat had such incredible results. It's why we have been used at London Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week. It's why we have won numerous of global awards. We have been recognized all over the world. We're in, I can't even remember off the top of my head how many countries yet so far, but maybe like 10 or 12 now with Belgium and Germany. So if we're located in your country, you can shop with us, you can join the business. Like I said earlier, it's not something you need experience for. You can have no experience. It doesn't matter what you do for work right now or what your background is or anything. Like, this business is for anyone. You don't need to be an influencer. You don't need to have a large social media following. You don't even need to use social media if you want to. I think you're crazy if you don't. You've literally got a free platform here that can allow you to grow a really big business. But you don't have to do social media. It's networking and marketing, and we network with people every single day without realizing we're doing it, whether it's at our local gym, the mothers group that women are going to, like their kids' sporting clubs. Like, we network with people all the time and share the things that we love and use, or places we experience. This is literally no different. It's the exact same thing. So, yeah, the thing that I love with this business is,
Except that it's not the same thing. Networking is the essential thing in network marketing because you consistently need to expand the circle of people you sell products to and you recruit. And if you don't speak about Monat all the time, and if you're not on your social media all the time, and if you don't speak to people in real life about this all the time, you do not have the ability to replenish the people who don't want to buy from you anymore and who you can replenish because your recruits drop off. You need to speak to people consistently. So to expand your network is really the main, most important thing, to always have new eyes on what you do, new eyes on the product, new eyes on the business opportunity. And that is a 24/7 job. You cannot miss an opportunity to talk about Monat and sell and pitch that to others.
the thing that I love with this business is that I said at the start, low startup cost. If you are thinking that you would love flexibility to be able to earn an income from your phone, gain community, gain skills, gain confidence, all that sort of thing, it's can be as cheap as $250. So to become a market partner, which is what Sarah and I are, which gives you one, really incredible discounts, but also the opportunity to sell and earn money, is you just buy a product pack for yourself. They start at $250 all the way up to $895. So depends on your budget, on how many products you want to get your hands on. These products, this product pack is for you to use and to love. So you don't ship anything or stock anything. It's not for you to send off to people. They're literally for your own use, so that you have something to talk about, to experience. You have products to heal your own hair and share that journey with people. That pack is literally the only thing that you buy. And I think a lot of people think we lie when we say this, but that is the only thing. And you can probably back me on this, but have you had to pay anything else other than buying your products?
No, just the 250 that I paid at the start.
I'm currently making screenshots of the Motor Club program, and I just recognized that the once super successful person, Jess Etzel, who was in Australia, she's also on the PR, she's also in the pictures of the Motor Club. That person is not even in Monat anymore because she pretty much got booted and got bullied out from the people on her team. That is the loving and wonderful community that you could potentially join. I mean, she was a bullshitter as well. She was involved in this predatory system as well, in my opinion. So she is just as much of a victim as she is also somebody who pitched this to other people. She's also a predator, in my opinion, but she left Monat. If you're anxious, then maybe that's not the best community. Sorry, I just recognized that because I just recognized the picture. Not a great community, not worth paying your way into, not even for 250 Australian dollars, if you might be bullied out of the company because you're too successful or because you're simply a liar, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's literally it. And guys, that pack that you buy unlocks your own personal website link, your back office, tools, resources. We have a thing called Market Partner Academy with like so many training videos. You get like certificates when you complete the like quizzes at the end of them and everything like that. Like, you can be certified in, scalp health, our damaged bond line. There's like a shampoo dealer training. Like there's all these little things that you can do at your own pace.
You can be certified in scalp health, blah, blah, and you can be a shampoo dealer. You can also learn about that. Doesn't that disqualify the resources? I'm a shampoo dealer. Yeah, and I'm certified as well. I'm also a certified shampoo dealer. I'm a certified bullshitter. Takes away from the legitimacy of that certification, don't we think so?
When you want, but that pack unlocks it all. It unlocks the mentorship from Sarah and myself, and our mentors and everything. Like it unlocks the community. It's the best thing that money can buy, given how many opportunities can come from it and how many doors that it can open. I got the 385 pack, which I thought was the best value for money because it came with the Rejuvenate oil, which is literally what we're famous for, this guy. But at the moment, any product pack that you buy, you're actually going to get one of these for free, and the split end serum. So we have a split end serum, which no other brand has technology like this. It uses negative and positive ions to zip close your hair fibers.
Because it's bullshit. Don't fall for split end serums. If your ends are split, then you need to chop them off. There is no tool in the world that will help to mend your ends. It can glue it together for a short period of time. But if your ends are broken, chop them off. That's really the only solution. Pro tip from me, don't waste your money on that crap.
Your hair fibers. Like I have not had a haircut in I don't even know how long.
Oh, it
like
looks so good.
it's so healthy. So it's allowed me to like grow my hair so long.
This person has never used split end menders or hot tools who claim to do that, and I didn't have a haircut in now 2 or 3 years. What does that show you? Nothing. Just don't use split end menders because it's crap. Because they're trying to sell these kind of products. It is not working. If your hair structure is prone to split ends, you just need to chop them off. And even if you have straight ass hair, same thing. Just cut the ends off. That's the only thing that will help. And this fairy tale, you only spent $250. Yeah, I didn't purchase anything. That was what I got for the start. That's the starting cost. The costs will add up. When there are new product launches, when you're invited to conferences, when you're supposed to go the Australia Monations, then you spent a lot of money. $250 is just the starter cost. It can get pricey very, very quickly.
Without needing constant cuts. But those two products this month you get for free if you grab yourself a product pack. So even if you're not sure if you want to sell but you want better value for money and really good discounts, you can grab yourself a product pack customized to you, and you're going to get those two free products. You're going to get those two products for free. The other thing that we do for those people who just don't want anything to do with the business side of it at all, you can actually just shop as a customer. So that's a part of mine and Sarah's role as market partners, is that we share the products and we help people with any concerns that they have, whether you're itchy, flaky, oily, dry, irritated, psoriasis, like whatever scalp concerns you have, or hair concerns, damage, brittle, breaking, frizzy, whatever issues that you have, there is a product for it. And you don't have to join the business to come to try the products. You can literally shop as a customer. And right now, until Friday at midnight, there is actually a 30% off site-wide sale. And the discounts don't end there. You actually get layered discounts as well. You get to become a VIP customer for free for life, which will give you discounts every day of the week, give you loyalty points, all that sort of stuff. But right now, you're going to get an additional 30% off your products. You're going to get free shipping as well. And there is 30-day money back guarantee too. So you can use your products for 28 days. And if for some reason you don't love them, you can actually send them back and get a refund, which who really is ever going back to Hair House Warehouse or their hair salon and saying, I've used these for 28 days. I actually don't like them. Can I get a refund? Like, no one does that. So the fact that Monat offers this just goes to show you how confident they are in their products and the results that they give and everything like that. And
it seems like a customer service tool that is really hard to execute because you have to send those back after 30 days and you need to phone in with a customer service. So if you don't reach them in time, you have a problem. You're responsible for the shipping of sending these back, and I've heard that Monat customer service makes it actually quite difficult to send these products back because many times they claim, well, the products have to be unused. But how are you going to use the products and then send them back unused? So I've heard a lot of people also in the comment section of these videos who say, it is tricky, it's not easy, you really need to be persistent to send these back. I would argue it is not easier to send it back to Monat, especially if you have to shoulder the shipping as well. It's probably easier if you go physically into the store and say, hey, this doesn't work out for me. What can you do?
There's reasons, guys, that we have like millions and millions of customers, maybe billion, million, I don't know, I have to check the figures, of VIP customers.
You do not have a billion customers, because then Monat would be a billion-dollar company, but there are to this very day not. They claim that they have like 3 million customers. Who are the best customers though? Exactly, the distributors themselves that think split end serums are going to help their hair.
Of VIP customers around the world. So yeah, they're amazing. They give you incredible results. I like to explain Monat as a bit of like a detox for your scalp and hair. The products are designed to remove silicones, other fillers, any buildup and chemicals and stuff that shouldn't be on the hair and scalp, and bring your hair back to its most natural, healthy state.
It's not a detox for your hair or for your scalp, and you're by compliance also not allowed to say that anymore because that is faulty. Monat actually broke that down in the United States, saying you cannot make those claims. Your scalp doesn't detox. That is unprofessional, that is not truthful, that is not scientific, so please stop it. But hey, here we have a predominantly unpaid sales force of people in a crumbling network marketing company in Australia, and they're still using those phrases. Just like, it's a free trip, it's a free car. You cannot say these things. And if you were a good salesperson in a company that offers good sales training, you would know that.
Bring your hair back to its most natural, healthy state. So it's going to remove anything that shouldn't be there and then start to heal. As we said before, scalp focus. So if you are not focusing on the scalp, you're not going to have the best results with your hair, because it's like, you know, a pot plant. If the soil is rubbish, what happens to the plant? It's like dying, it's not growing. It's the same with our hair. If your scalp health is out of whack, your microbiome is out of whack, like, you're not going to have the results that you want with your hair, and it's not going to grow and be manageable and shiny and everything like that. It's just going to be dull, dead and dry and frizzy, all the things. So yeah, 2 ways that someone can shop with us. You can shop as a market partner and get a product pack plus get the 2 free products, or you can shop as a VIP customer as well, shop the 30% off sale, get a customized routine, and they all get shipped straight to your door. So if you would love either to chat more about the business, and maybe you've seen Sarah, you know, starting to show up online talking about it, and you'd love to chat with her, reach out. Even if you want to get on a call with her and myself, we can do that as well and go through any questions and things that you might have. Or if you simply just want to give the products a go, you can do that too and jump on the sale. Send a message, and yeah, we will help you from there. It's a no-brainer to me. Like, you have nothing to lose, and so much to gain. As we said before, it's not just good hair, it's the confidence, it's the community, the new skills. If you love to travel, it's the trips that you can earn. If you love luxury vehicles or you're in need of a car, the car program is like, a lot of people, there are some women still here, like in this business, and they've been here for like 3 and a bit years, and they're like, I just saw the car and I was like, I want that, because a Land Rover's been my dream car since I've, you know, was old enough to drive. So
that is the worst thing you can do yet again, because you're looking for a community, because you're looking for confidence, because you want a luxury car to join a network marketing company. How about getting a job where you can actually afford that, or run your own business where you can actually afford a luxury car and not bank on other people that you essentially need in a network marketing company, your downline, to do the tasks, so that you might have a shot at getting a luxury car and then very likely drop in rank just as quickly, as we see in Monat Australia right now.
There's so many reasons other people say yes to this business, but if you're a uni student and you are struggling financially and you don't want to, you know, work on your weekends, if you are a stay-at-home mum and you want something for yourself, or maybe you're a new mum and you don't want to go back to work, maybe you're 28 like I was and broke with no savings and just need to make a change in your life, this could be the answer for you. You're also not locked into anything at all. Like, if Sarah wanted to not speak of this business ever again tomorrow, she could literally never speak of it ever again and nothing happens. There's no cancellation fees. She's not locked into anything at all. No one's going to knock on your door and say, hey, you're a market partner, why aren't you selling anything? Like, it's literally nothing. I don't know. I think these are like ideas that people have in their head, and it's like, no, that is not how this works. Like, it's completely your own.
Do we believe that you do something in Monat and then your upline suddenly doesn't hear from you from one day to another? You don't actively sell and recruit anymore. You let this fizzle out because you decide you will leave. You really think you're not hearing from your upline anymore. And a side note, maybe it's just me because it always makes me nervous when people act like that. Those soothing gestures or those nervous gestures of people consistently touching their hair and soothing their hair and combing it down. It's not a sign of confidence that you stand confidently behind the things you say when you consistently have to do those grooming gestures. Maybe she knows the things she says are bullshit. I'm making assumptions here, of course. Maybe it is a way for her to calm herself, to soothe herself. That is what a lot of those grooming gestures are about. It's uncomfortable to watch. So if you really want to come across as a confident salesperson, as a confident business owner, boss babe, running your own successful company because you just recently purchased a really pricey luxury car in an allegedly so successful company, then maybe don't do this. Because it's off-putting and it's not a sign that you're that successful, in my opinion.
Do with it what you want. You get all the help and support. When you join our team, guys, you get added straight into our team chats. Has that surprised you? Like, I know you saw the community and that's what drew you in, but coming into it, what's the support and everything been like?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like, if I have any questions, I just pop them in and I probably get a reply within 5 minutes every time.
There's always someone on, even like, because a lot of the girls are also mums too, and they'll be up at ridiculous hours. Or you guys, obviously in Perth, you are always, or in WA, you guys are behind. So like sometimes late at night, I remember when I was in Italy, I was like, why? I think I was on really late. I'm like, it's really late back home. But then it was like the WA girls that were replying. I'm like, oh yeah, you're 2 hours behind. So there's just always someone there to help to answer questions and stuff. And there's never, a silly question or anything like that. So you never, as much as this business is your own, you're actually never doing it by yourself. Like, there is always someone there to help you and support you and guide you and everything like that.
Because it's not your business and you cannot do network marketing on your own if you really want to be successful financially speaking, because you need people on your team. You can only sell so much product yourself. If you really want to make the money where allegedly the big bucks are, you need to recruit a whole lot of people. That's why you cannot do it on your own.
But yeah, do you want to add anything?
No,
I think you covered everything.
Surprised I didn't lose my voice.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. What is the use of those kind of lives when you have this experienced person that everybody's looking up to, this alleged success story in Monat, and then you have the newbies who don't even speak much? Because we had one person predominantly speaking pretty much the things we've heard again and again and again. Probably a speech she has given a gazillion times, and she really took up the majority of that call. But she didn't show that she was a good leader, that she was a good mentor, that she was a good teacher to a new person. She pretty much bulldozed over that person. And I get it. It's your first live. You're very likely scared to do that. You're nervous to jump on social media. But if you are experienced in this, number one, stop touching your hair. I mean, this makes me nervous when people do that all the time. It's really gross, first of all. If you're in person with somebody on a train, for example, and somebody always has to loosen their hair there, then that person's hair is all over you. I'm not a fan of that, okay? Other people's hair on me grosses me out. It's not a good sign. It's not a good representation of what a good salesperson should be like. And if you're supposed to be a mentor and a teacher and you're in this amazing company, then maybe also use those Instagram lives to show me why I should join you. I'm not experienced, so who should I trust? Who should I listen to if I listen in to these Instagram calls? It should not be the experienced upline. If I'm not experienced and there is a person who is also not experienced because they've only done this for a couple of weeks, then I would allow that person to speak, then I would allow that person to take the prime spot, and I would guide that person through the call, showing also what kind of a leader I am because I can support you. At least that's how I would have done it. I think that they're missing a lot of actual opportunities to also utilize the tools that they have. And stop fidgeting with your hair. It's not good, all right? It's not a good look. Even though you sell hair care products, don't do it.
Amazing. Well, I will let you go. But guys, if anything has pulled you in, you would love to know more information about the products or the business opportunity, please reach out to us. We would love to have a chat with you. And yeah, we can either help you with the sale or with the free products that you get when you get a product pack. And yeah, if you want to jump into the team, we're actually doing a new girl Zoom tonight, which is for the new ladies that have recently joined. So I go through everything, like literally everything in your back office, where you find your tools and everything like that, how you would create a cart link for someone, all that sort of stuff. So you never come into this and get left in the dark, but you still have to do the work. It's not an overnight success sort of thing. You still have to be willing to learn and, of course, step outside your comfort zone, which I'm so proud of you for being on here and doing this.
I know, I'm like sweating. I'm
That
so
was me.
nervous.
The first one I ever did with Eliza, I wore black, and I remember just sweating like out of every pore in my body. I was shitting myself, and I was like, "This is so scary." But you'll realize, like, you probably won't recognize yourself in a couple months' time. You'll be like, "Holy shit!" I like even getting off this. You're gonna be like, "Wow, I can't believe I did that."
Yeah.
Cool, girl. I will save this to our page and pop a cover photo on it. But I'll speak to you really soon.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
I hope that in a couple of months, she is not in Monat anymore because she recognizes that Monat is not the route to go if you want to battle anxiety. You're pulling out your hair and solving bald spots on your hair because you're pulling out your hair when you are joining network marketing, which is something that will cause a lot more anxiety in your life. What I find very interesting is that Monat, also their Q&As, thank you yet again for sending this my way. You know who you are. I'm currently going through the Q&A. Monat addresses some of the most asked questions, and those questions are not good. If you have questions like, is it a scam? Is it a pyramid scheme? It's not here. It's not in the Q&A. One of the questions is, why do some people earn $0? While many market partners enroll with Monat with the intention of building a business and earning an income, others enroll simply to enjoy the product for discount for personal use. These individuals are still counted in the overall figures if they're not actively working the business, which is also a reason why I believe that Monat's income disclosure statement actually looks better than it is, because they also have the people who just want to get the products at a certain reduction, 30% discount, because if Monat were to remove those people and wouldn't even offer the option to join as a market partner, then we would have the bare bone numbers and they would be horrible. This way, Monat can always say, well, there's also lots of people who are inactive. They're just in it for the product. They also say, if your main goal is to enjoy Monat products at a great price, the VIP customer program may be a better fit. Maybe you should also tell that to your distributors, because they try to recruit the people even though they just want the products, but it's a better deal. Then create a better VIP customer program. No business commitment required. Yeah, apparently also not when you join as a market partner and you want to get the products for less, except for the renewal fee of $50 for the website. Can I lose money? That's another question. The answer is a non-answer. We keep things low risk. Monat covers the big stuff: inventory, shipping, your website, training, customer service, etc. When you enroll with a starter kit or product pack, you receive products and business tools, including samples, in exchange for the cost of your enrollment, and it's refundable. So the answer is no, you cannot lose money, because allegedly, according to your own market partners, it is risk-free. Well, obviously not, because then the answer for that question would be no, you cannot lose money. That's the only way it can be risk-free. And then they also have the question, can I share income figures on social media? They need to be truthful, and you need to include the following disclaimer in your post. For more information on the average earnings, go to the income disclosure statement, blah, blah, blah. Have we seen that here? Do the Huns do that? No, they don't. Interesting. Monat's Q&A is a direct representation of what you shouldn't do in Monat, and it's a direct representation of what the Huns do in Monat. Yep, that was this Instagram live. I do hope that the new person will leave very, very quickly without losing a lot of money, because it's simply not a great opportunity. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you thought about this one. What do you think about the downfall of Monat Australia? Now, granted, I'm all here for it. I do not want to see people financially suffer and financially not profit if they put a lot of work in, but maybe that's the only way for people to recognize that it's not a great opportunity and they wake up and do something that actually benefits them and not their uplines and not the company. If you liked this video, then give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and do that as well. That way you will not miss out on further uploads. And if you liked this specific video, there is an entire watch list, entire playlist about Monat videos, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, cheers!